So I started playing with Righteous Fire build, and many people have questioned how do I sustain Righteous Fire at low level. So I'm gonna talk about that, and later on I'm gonna talk about the build that I'm gonna be doing. So there are a couple ways and couple items that can help you sustain Righteous Fire starting from level 24, but there's only really one item that you need to sustain it, and that is Watcher's Eye. Watcher's Eye that gives flat regen per second while affected by Vitality. And you can use Vitality at level 24, and that's when you equip the Watcher's Eye. And the Watcher's Eye, don't worry, it's not expensive. It's around 30 hairs, 25 to 30 hairs, because it's only used for low levels and for some niche builds, so it's not really that popular. But that's basically all you need to sustain Righteous Fire at low level. And it doesn't matter what class you're doing. I'm playing with the Marauder. Using the Chieftain, but you just need to reach one jewel socket, place in Watcher's Eye with that flat regen, and that's all. And of course use Vitality Aura. Now the other items that can help you sustain Righteous Fire is Kikazaro Ring, and Kikazaro Ring scales with your level. With each level you get +1 flat life regen per second. And so at level 24 you would get 24 flat life regen per second, and it just keeps on scaling. It also gives some other stats, but mainly just life regen. And you do want other items that give you flat life regen per second at low levels. At higher levels you will definitely want percentage life regen. So then at level 34 you can use Stone Golem, and it will give you 33 flat life regen per second. Also, at low levels you don't want to get as much maximum life, because flat regen will start fading away the more max life you get. So you kind of want to not get too much flat life early on, and just get as much flat life regen per second as possible. And once you get to higher levels like 30, 35, then you start getting more percentage regen. The Oak Shield can roll up to 150 flat maximum life, but the good life roll is gonna be expensive. If you want over 140 maximum life on the shield, you're gonna have to pay like 30 plus hairs. So you may not even want to use this depending on your budget, or just use some cheap one, because it also gives 3% life regen per second. Then at level 43 you can use Ambush Charge. It gives life, it gives resistances, and if you get hit you get another 2% life regen per second. It's only working when you take the hit, and not lose life from Righteous Fire. By the way, Righteous Fire is not an ailment. It's not an ignite. It does burn you, but it's not an ignite, because some people think that Chieftain's node, which makes it unaffected by ignite, would completely ignore Righteous Fire regen, but that's not the case. Also, this 100% to fire resistance is only normal fire resistance. It does not bypass the cap. So you want, of course, to reach 75 plus fire resistance. Get Vitality. If you need more resistance, also use Purity of Fire. Currently I'm not even using Purity of Fire, but Purity of Fire doesn't give max fire resistance until higher level, so it's not going to be very helpful early on unless you really need to cap your fire resistance. At much higher levels, of course, there are other items like the belt with percentage life recovery rate. For example, Malevolence Watcher's Eye or Vitality Watcher's Eye. You're probably not going to be using Vitality later on, and going to be using Malevolence Watcher's Eye, which gives life recovery rate as well. Then you can use the percentage life recovery amulet at level 70 something, or maybe even 80 plus. And yeah, and then you just stack more regen on a passive skill tree, get more maximum fire resistance, like this one +1 to maximum fire resistance. You can also get this one +1 to all maximum elemental resistances. Of course, Rise of the Phoenix Shield level 65 gives +5 to maximum fire res and flat regen and some life. And of course, higher level Purity of Fire. You can actually at level 43 or something get a corrupted amulet with level 23 Purity of Fire, which would give, I believe, +4 to maximum fire resistance, so that's also a big help if you need to sustain it. And yeah, just get regen, get more maximum fire arrays. You can also use Ruby Flask. It's not gonna be very farmable in SSF if you want to start Righteous Fire, so you may want to start a different build and then farm the gears and then start using Righteous Fire on a different build. But I would not recommend starting Righteous Fire as a league starter. You can do it, but you're probably not gonna have like Fatty Hairs at level 24 to buy the Watcher side to sustain it. You can use it without, you can sustain it kind of without it, but you would, it would be not very pleasant. You would have to use Ruby Flask, you would have to also use Life Flask to sustain it. So the build that I'm gonna be doing is actually gonna be pretty simple. I'm currently using Abroad Hooves, but I will be replacing them very soon. Also using Ash Color Wand, which got buffed and now has fire damage over time multiplier. But the reason why I want to replace this is because it has flat fire damage to spells, and I will be using Elemental Equilibrium as it is normal for Righteous Fire, so I cannot have any flat fire damage to spells. So this is gonna be Chieftain. I'm probably gonna be getting below 7k life because Righteous Fire got changed, and I think it's if you have below 7k life, below 7.7k life, then it got buffed. But if you used to have more than that, then it kind of got nerfed in damage, because now Righteous Fire has base degen per second. Currently at level 10, this one is giving 334.3 base fire damage per second, and that's why now getting levels to Righteous Fire is more important than before. And you can even support it with Empower and get actually pretty good boost in damage. And the rest, the build is gonna be pretty simple. I'm actually not gonna be going to the bottom side of passive skill tree and going up, getting this, getting new fire damage over time multipliers, using Skitterbots. I want to also use the Devouring Diadem to be able to squeeze in all the auras that I want. Also gonna be using Carcass Jack for more AoE, because I mainly want to try it on tower defense and see how that works. Is it good enough, is it not? And also I want to experiment and see how Skitterbots work with Impulse, because I had mixed feedback, and for some reason people say that it doesn't work properly, but I want to see why. And so basically Skitterbots would shock nearby enemies and I would kill them with Righteous Fire, and then Impulsa should explode. And well, we'll see how that works. So there are also new rings which give percentage increase maximum life on as implicit, but I believe they are level 80 or 82, so those are going to be much later on. Of course they're going to be changing, well, basically all the items. From Ascendancy points, gonna be getting next one Thessalios, gonna be getting Hinakora, and then we'll see, maybe I'll get the Totem node, maybe something else, maybe this one. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. This is gonna be just a short video. I just wanted to explain how to sustain Righteous Fire and just give a quick heads up of the build that I'm gonna be doing. I mainly just miss playing with Righteous Fire. I know it's gonna get boring really fast because you just run through enemies, you don't really need to do anything, just use Orb of Storms to trigger Elemental Overload, Elemental Equilibrium, and curse enemies on hit, and that's all, basically all you do. And I guess use Scorching Ray to debuff them more. Next time I'm gonna upload probably the full build guide video for Righteous Fire, because it's gonna end fast, I guess. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.